What's up, y'all? This is Amar with The Drop from Osiris. The Drop is brought to you by Cash or Trade. This past weekend, some of the Osiris team was in Cumberland, Maryland for Delfest, talking to musicians from the bluegrass world and beyond. This was the 12th year of the festival, which was started by the bluegrass legend Del McCoury and his family. Delfest features artists from the String Cheese Incident and Railroad Earth to Marcus King and Sierra Hull, among many others. First up is a bit of the interview with Sierra Hull, with her talking about the unique family atmosphere created here at Delfest. Sierra is one of my favorite younger players on the bluegrass scene. She's an absolute monster on the mandolin and a humble, down-to-earth person.
I think this is a beautiful location to have a festival, so if you're gonna, go kind of camp out somewhere for a week or so and just listen to great music, this is a good place to do it. I've been a Del McCoury band fan since I was a little kid, getting into bluegrass, and just kind of loved all their recordings, and, to get to be at a festival that they host like this is just, it's such a blast, because not only are they heroes, but they're some of the most genuine folks. I mean, the entire family just welcomes you in, and at this point, everybody here feels like family to me. So it's really got that atmosphere, and, I think that really sets this festival apart from perhaps some other ones.
Along with great sets by Sierra, the Del McCoury Band, Tyler Childers, and more, there were a ton of collaborations, sit-ins, and late-night shows. One guy who was on stage a lot throughout the festival was one of the scene's rising stars, Billy Strings. He took a few minutes out of his packed schedule to talk to us, and we wanted to share a bit about Billy talking about one of his guitars, which his grandfather built in prison.
My grandpa built a guitar when he was in prison in the early 60s, and for a long time it was just kind of in pieces. And when I was a little kid, I remember finding it in my grandmother's closet, and when I was like 5 years old or something. And it didn't work,
Right.
But my grandpa built it, and then a year ago or something, I just all of a sudden remembered finding that guitar in the closet when I was snooping around. And so I called my mom and was like, didn't Grandpa build a guitar? And she's like, yeah, call your Uncle Billy. And I called him and was like, hey, did your dad build a guitar? And he's like, yeah, it's in my basement. So I was like, bring it to me now. And so he brought it to me. And I had my friend Dave Johnson, Scale Model Guitars in Nashville,
Right.
Tennessee. He's an amazing luthier, and he builds guitars and he repairs old guitars and stuff. He just completely restored this thing. He made custom pickups for it. He made the neck so it could hold the tension of steel strings, and put a truss rod in there and all that, and was able to use all of the components that were originally built by my grandfather behind bars. We were able to utilize all of that and then just sort of add to it to make it a fully functional, super badass guitar that has been resurrected, and I don't even know if it has ever really made sound, but now it's like an amazing instrument. And my grandpa's been dead since 2001, so it's really just a trip to hear this thing play, man. It's like, when I get feedback, it's like feedback from my grandpa, It's like, it's crazy. It's a family jewel. It's a really special, special thing.
We'll be bringing you the full interview with Billy, along with interviews from a bunch of other great artists next week through our Osiris interview series. The Drop is brought to you in partnership with Cash or Trade, the world's only social network where fans can buy, sell, and trade tickets at face value. Thanks for tuning into The Drop, and stay tuned for a lot more. I'm Amar with Osiris. We'll see you here next time.